The era of your redundant protocols ends tonight, Bhero. My unit has neutralized the exterior perimeter and redirected the satellite uplink to my private server. You were so focused on the horizon that you forgot to check the shadows within your own walls. This is no longer a request for cooperation.
You're overstepping, Grace. This headquarters is neutral ground by treaty, and my men are the only reason this sector hasn't collapsed into total anarchy. If you think a few silenced pistols and a clever hack give you the right to dismantle our command structure, you're more delusional than I thought.
Your men are currently being disarmed by operatives who don't rely on brute force and outdated bravado. Look around. The tactical advantage shifted the moment I walked through that door. I am offering you a choice, 24 hours of absolute compliance, or a permanent retirement from this agency.
Compliance? You want me to follow your lead after you've held my team at gunpoint? You're asking for a miracle. We've spent years perfecting the art of the heavy strike, and now you want us to play ghost in the machine because you've decided to stage a coup during a global security crisis. It's insane.
Insanity is doing the same thing and expecting a different result. Your heavy strikes have left a trail of debris and failed objectives. For the next day, you are an asset under my command. We have a window to infiltrate the core, and your knowledge of the layout is the only reason you are still breathing.
And if I refuse? My men won't just sit back while you play general. We have protocols for internal breaches, and I guarantee the secondary fail-safes are already counting down. You might have the room, but you don't have the soul of this operation. You're just another shadow trying to step into the light.
The fail-safes were purged 3 minutes ago. Your men are already in holding cells, stripped of their comms and their dignity. I don't need the soul of your operation. I need your tactical clearance for the vault. You have exactly 10 seconds to decide if you want to be a hero or a memory. Clock is ticking.
You've planned this for a long time. The precision, the timing, it's not just a mission for you, is it? It's a point you're trying to prove. Fine, Grace. You have your 24 hours. But don't expect me to stay quiet when your perfect plan starts falling apart under the weight of actual combat.
I don't need you to be quiet, Bhero. I need you to be useful. Pick up your sidearm, the one with the biometric lock I just bypassed, and follow the team to the hangar. We have 18 minutes before the atmospheric window closes, and I have no intention of being late because of your bruised masculine ego.
We need to light this sector up before we step another foot into the dark. My guys always ran a wide spectrum pulse to clear the shadows. If we don't see them first, we're just targets waiting for a trigger pull. Let me drop a beacon and get a real layout of what we're facing.
A pulse is a flare in this atmosphere, Bhero. You might as well scream our coordinates into their comms. We move by the shadow, not against it. My team operates on the frequency of silence. If you can't match our rhythm, stay behind the line and try not to trip over your own heavy feet.
Silence doesn't stop a kinetic round from a sniper you didn't see. You're playing a dangerous game of hide and seek with people who own the playground. In my experience, the only way to survive an ambush is to be the loudest thing in the room before the enemy even gets a chance to blink.
Your job changed the moment my team took the floor, Bhero. You are an asset because you know their codes, not because you know how to pull a trigger. If you want to survive the next hour, you will learn to walk without making a sound. Now, follow the path I lay out, or I'll leave you here.
I can short the emitter if I can get close enough to the wall. Give me a boost and I'll rip the paneling out. It's a simple mechanical override. I've bypassed these old school grids a dozen times in the field. We just need to find the primary circuit and ground it manually.
Try and the floor becomes an incinerator. These aren't just beams. They're frequency-locked sensors keyed to biological signatures. If you disrupt one, the whole room vents. We don't break the system, Bhero. We inhabit the gaps between the light. It's about precision, not power. Look closer. They pulse at a specific hertz. It's a rhythm, like a heartbeat. If we move in sync with the oscillation, we can slide through the refresh rate. You'll have to follow my count. Exactly. No improvisation. No muscle. Just timing. If you miss a beat, we all burn together.
This isn't how I operate. I'm not some gymnast. My training is in kinetic entry and suppression. You're talking about a dance routine in a kill zone. If your math is off by a fraction of a second, we're both vaporized before we can even scream. This is suicide.
Hold breath. The CO2 variance will trigger the acoustic sensors. Lower your center of gravity. We are passing the secondary phase. Stay with me, Bhero. Don't let your ego pull you out of the pocket. We are almost through the first gate. Keep your eyes on my lead. The thermal signature of the drive is spiking. If we do not move in the next 45 seconds, the internal sensors will flag the atmospheric change. Stay 3 paces behind me and match my stride exactly. Your heavy boots are a liability on these pressure-sensitive floor tiles, so walk light.
I have been carrying heavy payloads since before you were in the academy, Grace. I know how to move without tripping a silent alarm. We should be heading for the service elevator, not the ventilation shafts. It is faster, and we have the firepower to punch through any resistance at the lobby.
You still do not get it, do you? This is not a smash and grab from your glory days. We are not punching through anything because we are not going to be there. The service elevator is already being monitored by the facility AI. We take the shafts or we die in this room. Now, drop the ego. You are the mule in this scenario, Bhero. Nothing more. Your job is to keep that drive stable and stay in my shadow. If you deviate from my path by even a single inch, I will leave you behind to explain your traditional tactics to the automated sentries. Do I make myself clear, or do we stay?
Clear. You lead the way. I will maintain the secondary position and keep the drive shielded. But if those vents are a dead end, we are doing things my way. I am not sitting in a crawl space waiting for a gas purge to turn us into charcoal while we wait for your perfect opening. Lead on.
Silence that gear, Bhero. The acoustic sensors in this sector are tuned to pick up the frequency of metallic friction. Use your webbing to secure the drive. If I hear one more clink, I'm going to have to disable your comms to keep my focus. We are 3 minutes from the extraction point.
It is secured. Just keep moving. I can hear the patrol droids cycling on the other side of this plating. If they detect the drive's radiation through the ducting, we are going to have a very short trip to the surface. How much further to the bypass junction you mentioned earlier?
50 meters. And the droids will not detect the radiation because I am broadcasting a masking signal from my rig. You just need to worry about your breathing. It is too loud. Slow your heart rate, find the rhythm of the machine, and stop thinking about how much you want to be in charge.
They have us bracketed, Grace. Those pulse cannons on the ridge are cutting off the north exit entirely. Your synchronized movement is great for stealth, but we are in a total meat grinder now. I do not see a way out that doesn't involve us taking massive casualties on the run. We are stuck.
I do not need a tactical assessment of the obvious, Bhero. I need you to hold that left flank while we cycle the kinetic shields. My team is trained for high-intensity extraction, but we did not account for a localized jammer. Look at the sky, the extraction route is effectively dead for now.
That jammer is coming from the central spire. If we cannot signal the ship, we are just waiting for the inevitable. I have seen this before in the Outer Rim. They will tighten the circle until there is nowhere left to hide. We have to break the line before they bring in the heavy walkers. Move.
Squad, pattern Delta 6. Focus fire on the lead units and keep your heads down. Bhero, stop thinking like a lone wolf and integrate with the line. We move as one or we die as individuals. If you see an opening, you take it only when I give the signal. We cannot afford any more ego today. Copy?
Copy that, but look at the telemetry. The bridge is out. Our primary escape route just became a 300-foot drop into a plasma forge. We are pinned, Grace. Your precision won't matter if we are standing on a collapsing ledge with nowhere to jump. We need a new plan and we need it right now.
We don't leave people behind, Bhero. That wasn't the deal. We move as a unit or we don't move at all. If we break cover now without a suppression screen, they'll pick us off before we hit the landing pad. Stay down and wait for my signal to deploy the smoke charges. We do this together.
There's no time for smoke. Their sensors are tuned to the infrared spectrum. They'll see right through your canisters. I'm going to overclock my suit's power core and head for the fuel depot. It'll create a massive thermal bloom. They won't be able to resist a target that bright. Just run.
The data is secure. The extraction was messy, but the objective stands. You didn't just play the distraction, Bhero. You held the line when the math said we were liquidated. I didn't think you had the discipline to follow a lead that wasn't your own. It seems I was mistaken about your utility.
I've spent a decade thinking the loudest gun in the room was the one in charge. Today, I realize that the loudest gun is usually the one getting shot at while someone else actually finishes the job. Your grid, your rules. I'm just glad we're all standing here to argue about the details later.
Don't get sentimental. The agency is changing, and the old guard is either going to adapt or be archived. You've proven you can adapt. That makes you an asset instead of a liability. We leave in 5. Get your arm patched up. We have a debriefing at sunrise that won't be pleasant for anyone.